Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Everyone all set and cocked, locked. Here we go. Your dial is set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're delighted you're here, and we're broadcasting 2 hours from chemically enhanced Missouri. Skies are overcast, 27 degrees, chemicals in the air, flooding, roads are washed out. We've got the best government money can buy. And whatever happened to the EPA? Can you imagine if the EPA was awake and looked up and noticed what was going on? Would they say, I think there's a chemical spill. And by the way, it looks like it's covering the entire country. As a matter of fact, most of North America. You think they would notice? I don't know. I guess they're not noticing. Or they're incompetent. There's a link to all of your instructors on the website, USAPrepares.com. John is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Captain John Regan is with us in Studio D, Dallas. Welcome, Captain John Regan.
Good morning, Vincent. And by the way, you left out radiologically enhanced as well.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And by the way, I got a call yesterday after the broadcast, and one of our class is going to call in, and he's going to talk about something. He said, our anecdotal evidence was right on, and we had most of the information correct. And he's going to tell us about an effect that radiation has that's been known for a while. He's going to tell us about that. I'm going to call in sometime during the second hour. So, John, my understanding is today is Fukushima 104 and 105, and right after some news updates, right?
Right. I just want to do a couple of updates. We spent the first hour yesterday talking about the weather that occurred here in Texas with the tornadoes. And I just found out a couple of things I wanted to enlighten people on. One is that tornado records were not considered accurate until 1950. So whereas we have temperature records going back, in some cases, 1800s, depending on where you're living at, tornado records are, while there might be a record of a tornado, the strength of the tornado might not be reliable according to the scale that we have today. I also found out that EF4 tornado that went through Garland and caused at least 8 deaths, that they discovered it took a path that, if you look at the lake there, there's a little finger of the lake, it went over that, and when it reemerged on the other side of the lake in Rowlett, it was down to an EF3 strength. So that was not 2 tornadoes. It was 1 tornado that traveled on the ground for 13 miles. So that one was very persistent. I also heard there's a report that there's 18 missing persons. We can just hope that they are all found safely. And I just also mention, we've talked about the Watchman Conference here in Dallas. Well, technically, they're north of the DFW Airport in Tarrant County. So that facility was not anywhere near where all the damage was. So at least these round of storms did not affect that conference. And I guess while we're in the weather mode, not really a whole heck of a lot to talk about in the tale of two droughts. We've got the California and Texas updates there. The report for Texas, basically very little change. Same thing with California. But what was notable about that, for the past few months, we've talked about how there's been just a little corner on the east side of California that was not in drought, was not abnormally dry. Well, this week it switched over to being abnormally dry. So now 100% of the state is in some kind of dry condition. So that's the weather side of things. Let me scroll down here. I wanted to just bring up under bigger picture, more tanks. There was a report of 43 more propane tanks being stolen, this time in Pennsylvania. And some of these tanks could hold up to as much as 100 pounds of propane. And they also said that these tanks would need a forklift to take them away from where they were. So we're still wondering what's up with all the stolen propane and more than 150 cell phones bought that the purchases seem a little suspicious. And well, let me just ask, were there any other articles that you wanted to get to before we move on to Fukushima?
No, I'm ready for Fukushima. Fukushima to me is critical to discuss, and during the discussion, we're going to need to share some of our thoughts on how to protect ourselves from this overwhelming threat. There's something I'd like to share. It's something that I've noticed. It's caught my attention for weeks now. John, most of our class knows that I live on a farm with our family, and that we heat our farmhouse and our domestic hot water with wood that we drag out of the woods, slabs of wood that we buy, waste wood, if you will. We don't cut down trees to heat. Trees that have fallen, we will cut up. Trees that are just going to decay, we will cut up and use them as firewood. I've noticed for the past several weeks, actually maybe even a little longer than that the smoke that comes out of the chimney does not travel in the same path that it used to. Something's up. Now, we haven't changed the wood line. We haven't changed where the wood stove is. We haven't changed the height of the chimney. And what we've noticed is, you've been to the farm, and our wood stove runs 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Let me ask you, have you ever smelled our wood stove burning when you were here at the farm?
No, I have not.
Right. And there's this new phenomenon. Something is going on where the smoke comes up from the wood stove and gets pushed back down. And it hangs around. It didn't used to do that. And for years, people would come here and they go, wow, that's amazing. You're heating with wood. You've got that fire and that wood stove. It's, near the house. It's about 80 feet away, 88 feet away. And you can't smell a thing. And we'd say, right. Now, the wood stove has not changed. The firebox has not changed. The chimney's not changed. The surroundings haven't changed. However, the smoke from the chimney goes up and then it comes back down. That's something new. And I just wanted to share that. And my question to our broadcast classroom is, I'll bet you that we're not the only ones that are experiencing this. Just like we're not the only ones experiencing the foam coming out of the creeks and streams. It's a new phenomenon. So if you have experienced this same effect coming out of your chimney, I'd like to know. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a wood stove. Let's say you heat with a wood stove that's outdoors like ours, like a outdoor wood boiler or furnace. Let's say you heat with a cast iron type wood stove in your home or your cabin. Or you use a fireplace insert and you have a traditional brick and mortar and clay-lined chimney. Are you experiencing the same thing? Are you smelling more smoke than ever before? I mean, dramatically. Dramatically. I mean, not just a little bit. A dramatic difference. A choking difference, literally. Give us a call. And 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. Okay, John, I'm ready.
Well, I went ahead and did the radiation this week. Again, we have to just rely that the people know how to report the meters and they're working properly. But the winner this week is Miami, Florida, with 1,485 counts per minute, which is nearly 300 times normal. And then Little Rock comes in second.
Wow. That's bad news because I was planning on traveling toward Little Rock in the next few days. Uh-oh.
Now, there's no place that's really safe anymore. And
well, yeah, Little Rock, Colorado Springs, it's up there at 1387. Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, Portland, Maine, Spokane, Washington, Amarillo, Texas, Bismarck, North Dakota. North Dakota, you used to think that North Dakota would be a safe place to go. Not a lot of people who wants to go there. It's freezing cold. Raleigh, North Carolina, Bakersfield, California, Navajo Lake, New Mexico, Billings, Montana. These are all well over 1,100 counts per minute. Pierre, South Dakota, Tucson, Arizona, Idaho Falls, Idaho, El Paso, Texas, LA, Los Angeles, California, San Diego, California, Anaheim, California, all over 1,100 counts per minute. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Captain John Regan's with us, and we're discussing radiation. Radiation counts per minute, and just so you know where you stand, let's continue. We are talking about San Diego, California. They count 1122 counts per minute. And going down, we've got Anaheim, California at 1119. Kearney, Nebraska at 1093, Worcester, Mass. 1078, Kansas City, Kansas 1060. That's near our neighborhood. Louisville, Kentucky 1052, Wichita, Kansas 1049, San Bernardino County 1046, St. George, Utah 1044, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 1041, Yuma, Arizona 1039, Laredo, Texas 1036, Memphis, Tennessee, Salt Lake City, Utah, all above 1029. And then if you get down to, where things are really important, like Washington, D.C., 375. 375. The high for Washington is 375, and the low for Washington is 79. So it seems like radiation knows that the important things are going on in Washington, and it needs to stay away from Washington, D.C. Can you imagine that? How does it know, John?
Well, we might want to speculate that they've got some technology, but we don't see too many high readings coming to us from the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
We've got one in Massachusetts that's 1,078. And a lot of this depends on exactly what the weather patterns are. But it does seem strange that they're always, they're always included on the list, but that they tend to be well below the 1,000 counts per minute that these other cities are receiving. And just point out at the bottom of the list there, it says normal radiation is 5 to 20 counts per minute. So that's what the background radiation would be. And obviously, even on the low end, DC is several times that. So they haven't escaped, but they, for some reason, are not high on the list. Let me. Some of these links we actually talked about last week. I promised to post them. We don't have any more information coming out about the reactor at Leningrad. These are the two links that I have. It's a Chernobyl-style plant, and you can see pictures of steam coming out. In the first article, they've got a picture of a detector that is not very high on the count. Of course, we don't know if that's real or propaganda. And the second one has a map showing where they believe the radiation cloud went, which went over to Sweden. So it's kind of frustrating, much like Fukushima. We are not getting official information released from the state, and we're having to rely on other observations. I've also got
John. What an outrage! What an outrage that radiation can leak from a reactor and poison another country that has nothing to do with that reactor nor the benefit of the electricity being generated. Isn't that amazing that we have done this to ourselves? And we've done the same thing in the United States. We have reactors in one state that sends radiation downwind to other states.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Removing bad taste and odor from your drinking water is easy. Removing the bad stuff you don't taste is what ProPure does best. Water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure countertop, inline, gravity, and household water filtration products. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or call 800-544-3533.
Did you know that home break-ins increase more than 100% during the holidays? It takes just 10 seconds for an intruder to kick in your door, but police response to a home alarm system is more than 20 minutes, and intruders are in and out of your home in 5 minutes. Thieves know that you're not home and have presents inside just waiting to be taken. And if you are home, how safe will you feel with an intruder lurking inside with your family? That's why police across the country are recommending you use door armor. Proven to withstand the force of a battering ram, door armor keeps intruders out. It's easy to install and barely visible, and your door armor is guaranteed for life. Go to InvasionStopper.com for a very special buy one, get one at half off deal. These savings are for a limited time and only available to GCN listeners. Protect your valuables and loved ones this holiday season. Go to InvasionStopper.com now. That's InvasionStopper.com.
Are you looking to sell body armor? Want to make extra money selling body armor at your local gun shows? With low minimum buys and great returns, KD Armor is the answer. Make money in your spare time. It's American-made body armor with the quickest turnaround in the industry, which means you get your product when you need it at very competitive rates. And they'll ship it to you for free. If you own a business, give them a call today at 855-488-KD. That's 855-488-2284. Or go to KDArmor.com. Come and take it.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
If survivalist housing has been in your plans, get ready. We're bringing our Timberline range camps to you February 6th through 14th, the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Get an up-close look at some of our most popular Timberline models, or visit survivalistcamps.com to pre-order a camp. We'll bring it to the show and save you the cost of shipping. It's the perfect time to get that camp you've wanted. Go to survivalistcamps.com, then plan on joining us at the Great American Outdoor Show in February in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Class Captain John Regan's with us, and we're discussing Fukushima, and I'd like to share a side story to just kind of indicate how incompetent we are. And so we think that we've got engineers at the helm, and we've got the best technology that we can, and we're safe. Here's just a little side story. So this ex-Amish truck driver drives a 30-ton tractor trailer across a bridge, 5 times the weight load of the bridge, and collapses the bridge. Why? Because she didn't know how to convert tons to pounds. The sign entering the bridge says weight limit 6 tons. There's a sign with a truck with a big red circle around it and a diagonal through it. No trucks. Sign says 1-lane bridge, weight limit 6 tons, and it says no trucks. She drives this tractor trailer, 60,000-pound tractor trailer, over this, attempting to cross this bridge. The bridge is too low. She crashes the top of the tractor trailer into the top of the bridge. And then she collapses the bridge. Now, the reason I'm telling you this, and I'll post a story on the website. The reason I'm Paoli, Indiana, is where this happened on Christmas Day. The bridge was built in 1880. And the reason I'm telling you this is because we have people at the controls who have no business being there. No business at all. It's not like it was snowing and she slid across the bridge. She intentionally drove this tractor trailer on a bridge that was too low and couldn't support the weight, and did it anyway. So, John, I know a guy who's friends with a person who works at the controls of a nuclear power generation system. And I asked him, my friend wanted to get a job there. And I said, so what's it like? And this was maybe 15 years ago. He was telling me, you just go there and you go to sleep. You get paid for going to sleep. You just sit there and you can sleep at the controls. I don't know what this woman was doing when she was driving. Was she texting? I don't know. Was she talking on her cell phone? I don't know. But obviously, she wasn't looking around her, and obviously she couldn't tell that the bridge was too low. She had no business being behind the wheel of that tractor and trailer. But she had a commercial driver's license. How does that happen? How do these people get certified and then do something this idiotic? John, that's one of the reasons why I'm concerned about this radiation. So not only are we not being told what's going on, we have people who have no business being there involved. Please continue.
Well, let me just throw in the link from Government Smarts down there. It goes to an article where Hillary says she would close half of America's schools because they're not better than average. Let that sink in for a minute. So if you close the half that are below average, then the remaining ones, half are going to be below average, so you're going to have to close them. So the remaining ones, half are going to be below average.
Homeschool. That's what's left. And private schools and private academies. Well, I got to hand it to her. I mean, I don't like doing this, but if she realizes that our schools are underperforming, kudos to her if she recognizes that. However, she was involved in creating this morass with her husband when they were at the helm of the country. And George Bush did a wonderful job with No Child Gets Ahead, or No Child Has a Chance. They called it No Child Left Behind. Let's continue into the Fukushima, please.
And that's the true No Child Has a Chance. It's Fukushima. If you're just tuning in for the first time today, it was a couple of weeks ago that I talked about a link where I found they'd recently released a government report that was from March 18th, 2011. This is 1 week after the event at Fukushima, the first event anyway. And at that time, they knew that 100% of the rods in spent fuel pool 4, 50% of pool 3, and 25% of pool 2 had already been released to the atmosphere. And pool 4 by itself released more cesium than all the above ground nuclear explosions combined. So that is what we now know and what we're dealing with, and why I'm in the middle of bringing you up to speed on radiation and going back and taking a look at what we were told at the time and the lies, and as well as other stories that we had suspicions, but now that we know this, it adds more reliability to the stories. So it's going to be an interesting journey. I still have dozens more to get through. Last week, I guess it was yesterday, I lose track. Last week it was, because this was already posted for yesterday. Talked about microwaves and ionizing radiation. So I included the two links. We talked about that last week, so I don't really want to spend time on that again. If you missed last week, you can find the archives on gcnlive.com. Also talked about Dana Durnford. We're hoping he's okay. He was not on Jeff Friends' show last night, and Jeff was unable to reach him. But his website has a number of pictures, and he's got tons of resources where he went all along the west coast of America and documented what things look like after Fukushima. He's also got some pictures of before for comparison. And his website's the nuclearproctologist.org. The link is there. And you can definitely lose a lot of time looking at all of those pictures and what he's produced, and especially now, knowing what we know now, it's going to be pretty hard for people to deny that radiation is at least a factor, if not the cause of what you're seeing there. I've got a couple of new news pieces. One, the link is called California Plutonium, and this is where a government report: plutonium detected in recent California air samples. Fallout from Fukushima nuclear accident may be to blame. The samples were apparently taken in 2014, so it would not be the recent Russian situation, and I believe that would not have involved the storage facility there in the Southwest. So I would say again, Fukushima is probably the likelihood there. And there was this discussion last night about tritium, and I'm going to add several more articles on that for next time. Tritium is basically a hydrogen atom that has two neutrons in the nucleus. And when that breaks down, you end up getting beta radiation. And one of the reasons I posted this link this time is it kind of dovetails with the measuring radiation. They have a nice chart there talking about Becquerels, Curies, and getting down further in the list, Sieverts, Rems, and it's still a mess trying to sort out all the measurements. Some of these are just the measures of radioactivity, and others consider what the effective dosage would be. And I'm going to continue working on this part as well to see if I can put together something that might be a little bit easier to understand, but at least I've put up the several sources that explain it from different angles. What really disturbs me about tritium, it's probably going to be the most common radionuclide released from Fukushima. Hydrogen being a part of water, you end up commonly getting this in water. And in fact, low amounts of tritium are just plain naturally produced by the way things work in physics and nature. But when you have these excessive amounts, you get it two ways, or I guess actually technically three ways. One is the exposure to the radiation. Beta radiation, again, is not very critical so long as you don't ingest or inhale it. Well, this is going into the water supply. So when you drink that, it's going into your body. And I guess the good news about what you drink, it's only there for about 10 days. But when you eat something that has it, it can be in your body for 10 years.
Captain John Regan's with us. We're talking about Fukushima. And class, this hour is Fukushima 104. Previous broadcasts are 101, 102, 103. This is 104. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
We've had an amazing year here at Supernatural Silver. We've truly enjoyed the fantastic response from thousands of people as they've tried our extraordinary product, and we're thrilled at the life-changing results people have. Our company email is continually full of happy, satisfied customers who thank us for the help they've received from Supernatural Silver. This holiday season, as you think of gifts to give your loved ones, consider giving Supernatural Silver, a gift that can help provide good health and wellness, a gift that can change lives and make a real difference. In a world where we are constantly exposed to dangerous health threats, give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Give Supernatural Silver. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HOLIDAY2015 for 20% off. And this holiday season, we wish you and yours the blessings of peace and good health from all of us here at supernaturalsilver.com.
Hello?
Congratulations.
For what?
For losing all that weight. How'd you do it so fast?
ASAP.
ASAP what? What's that mean?
Are you ready to get as skinny as possible, as soon as possible, as simple as possible, and as sexy as possible?
I'm listening.
Then get with the ASAP program. It's real and it works. No smooth talk, no slick advertising, and no exaggerated claims of success.
I've got to know more.
Welcome to ASAP, as slim as possible. Whether you have 10, 20, or 50 pounds to lose, ASAP is your weight loss answer. ASAP targets the abnormal fat reserves and makes them available to be burned as fuel and contains no caffeine or hormones. Order ASAP at wholesale prices or join the team to share the business with others. Visit GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. Lose weight and look great with ASAP, as slim as possible.
A revolution in body protection has arrived only at FortressSurvivalLLC.com. Introducing the revolutionary patented Level 3 Bulletproof Vest. 100% Kevlar, 100% American-made. Concealable, fully adjustable, and the lowest price on the market. Adult size normally $289.99, now just $250. Kid size normally $239.99, now just $200. Get affordable protection with a Level 3A Bulletproof Vest from FortressSurvivalLLC.com. For thou art my rock and my fortress. Psalm 31:3.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares Unfiltered and Untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares Untapped and Off the Grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Class Captain John Regan's with us, and John, we're talking about tritium. And I went to the internet during the break, and I was looking up products that were made with tritium. And so there's some jewelry items that kind of glow in the dark. And there are some lights that kind of glow in the dark. There are watch faces and dials, compass faces and dials that glow in the dark, trinkets and toys and things that you would give to your children because they're neat to look at and they glow in the dark. And so I was looking at that and I was quite alarmed. I remember the radium dials on watches, and a lot of our United States watchmakers had watch faces that had these little dots of radioactive materials that would glow in the dark, so you could kind of see the minute and hour hand in the dark, and you could see these dots that would illuminate the hour, so you could kind of read your watch in the dark. And so I then went and I posted this part on the internet on usaprepares.com. It's a tritium information. And it says tritium is a radioactive form of hydrogen. As you said, it's used in research, fusion reactors, and neutron generators. The radioactive properties of tritium are very useful. By mixing tritium with a chemical that emits light in the presence of radiation, a phosphor, a continuous light source is made. This can be applied to a situation where dim light is needed, but where batteries or electricity is not possible or practical. Rifle sights and exit signs are two examples of where this phenomenon is commonly used. The phosphor sights help increase nighttime firing accuracy, and the exit signs can be a lifesaver if there's a loss of power. The radioactive decay product of tritium is a low-energy beta that cannot penetrate the outer layer of human skin. Therefore, the main hazard associated with tritium is internal exposure from inhalation or ingestion, as you said. In addition, due to the relatively long half-life and short biological half-life, an intake of tritium must be in large amounts to pose a significant health risk. Although keeping with the philosophy, internal exposure should be kept as low as practical. Now, as I think about this, John, I think about these items ending up in a landfill. Okay, we just throw them away, put them in the trash. We don't know that they're radioactive. We don't think about it. And then they go in the landfill. And then what happens? The bulldozers and the track loaders go over them with these heavy steel tracks and smash them. And then these particles are released. Just, one more thing to be concerned about.
Again, what I talked about is the ingestion is where the problem is.
Right.
And just to reiterate, drinking tritium water is not going to be quite as bad for you. Yes, you're going to be getting radiation, but it's like a 10-day span. Mm-hmm. The problem is when you eat the animals that have ingested this and it hasn't been eliminated from their system, they're run through processing. You get the animal meat, you eat the meat. Now you got the issue that radiation is going to be in your body for 10 years, where it can do much more damage.
And there are plenty of animals at landfills. Really. You see birds flying over them, and you see other small animals flying over them. I'm sorry, not flying over them, traveling over them. And, John, we don't even know what's in our landfills. Well, actually we do. In one landfill just outside of St. Louis, we know that it's radioactive and there's a fire right next to it. about 1,000 feet away. Captain John Regan and I will be back right after the top of the hour news and commercial announcements with Fukushima 105. Second hour today of Fukushima. John, do you have any highlights you'd like to share?
We'll start off with measuring radiation, then getting into the history.
There you go. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
911, what is your emergency? There's somebody in my house. Hurry, please.
A home break-in happens every 22 seconds. Homes without a security system are up to 3 times more vulnerable to a burglary. That's why there's Simply Safe. In an emergency, our advanced wireless technology alerts police up to 10 times faster, and your connection to emergency services can't be cut because Simply Safe doesn't rely on landlines. Simply Safe costs less than half what traditional companies charge, just $14.99 a month, and there's no commitment to an annual contract. Protect your family with the highest caliber security. Go now to simplysafedefense.com and get 10% off with free shipping and a 3-year warranty. Hurry, and you'll also receive a keychain remote worth $25. Try Simply Safe for a full 60 days. You'll feel confident that your family is safe or your money back. Go to simplysafedefense.com right now. simplysafedefense.com.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, LibertyOnCall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to LibertyOnCall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's LibertyOnCall.org.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked? Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Captain John Regan's with us. This is Fukushima 105. Captain John Regan, where do you want to begin this hour?
Well, we need to understand a little bit about how radiation is measured. And it's kind of complicated a little bit because of the metric system, because there's basically 2 terms for every type of measurement. The metric system side, System International, and it's abbreviated SI. So when I talk about an SI unit, that's the metric system part of it. When we measure radiation being given off or emitted, the original conventional unit was the Curie, of course named after the scientist Marie Curie. The SI unit conversion is the becquerel. We've heard that a lot in the reports. And that's basically telling you how many counts are being, how many decays counts are being emitted per second. So when we're talking about, these huge numbers, billions of becquerels, that's, again, one of those large numbers that's hard for us to understand. It also tends to be associated with a volume of water that they talk about, either per liter or per cubic meter of water. So we end up having to do some conversions when we're trying to compare different reports. But what is being emitted is different than the radiation dose that is absorbed by a person. And that is counted using the rad, or the metric unit, SI unit, called the gray. And you may even have radiation detectors that measure rads, which is to give you an idea of how much you've been exposed to. But to go beyond that, you also have to define the biological risk of the exposure to radiation. Those are measured in REMS, or the SI unit called the sievert. And sievert's a pretty large number, so a lot of times you'll hear millisievert, which again gets into the math. So the conversion of the units, just to make sure you're talking about the same thing, is enough to drive a person crazy, even if you're a numbers person. I've got that from the CDC. I've got another one from Oak Ridge Laboratory. They've got Oak Ridge has the charts with the prefixes and the conversion rates. I've got another link, IEER, Institute for Energy and Environmental Research, and they talk about, in addition to measuring, they talk about the alpha, the beta, the gamma, and the neutrons. And then the next one, NEI, is the Nuclear Energy Institute. I just gave you the different resources because they explain it in a little different way, and sometimes just having the different perspective helps. And I took one that was not a more official type source from livescience.com, and that's tends to be written more for people that follow science that aren't really scientists. But the other thing I found out looking at these numbers, the biological risk part, the REM or the sievert, that's basically calculated for your exposure to radiation, not the inhalation and ingestion of radiation. And that's, again, a further consideration, because that's what we are getting at the low levels through our air, our water, and our food. And do you have any questions on that? I'm not sure I can answer.
Yeah, John,
I'm not a physicist.
Yeah, I'm looking at the link. How is radiation exposure measured? And the first sentence of this article, livescience.com, says about, and the date was March 15, 2011. It says about 150 people living or working around Japan's damaged nuclear facilities have been monitored for potential radiation exposure, and 23 have been found to be in need of treatment. Now, that's 1 in 6, John. That's a lot. That's a very high percentage.
There was a lot of radiation released just in that initial event.
Mm-hmm. And It says people don't absorb all the radiation they're exposed to. However, most of it passes straight through their bodies. A small amount of the energy carried by radiation gets absorbed by body tissues, and that absorbed amount is measured in units of radiation absorbed, rads. And it affects different people in different ways, but a rule of thumb used by safety crews is that a single rentgen of gamma or X-ray exposure typically produces an absorbed dose of approximately 1 rad. By measuring the radiation level around a person's body, using a Geiger counter, a safety officer can approximate that person's absorbed dose. Now, that's why people wear these radiation badges that collect the amount of exposed radiation and report it, so that someone who can read these badges can say, you've had X amount of exposure, that's too much or not enough, or we can send you back in there to get some more. But my understanding from discussing this with Matt Stein and you and others, is that Fukushima, the radiation levels are so high that we don't have electronics that can sustain that level of radiation without being damaged. Here's what I'm saying. We cannot at this point make a robot that we can shield with enough protection to let the electronics, the servos, the computers on these robots to go in and survey what's going on at these reactors. We can't even make the equipment work because the radiation levels are so high. So it's difficult to fix it because the humans who would be piloting these pieces of equipment, if they actually went in to operate the equipment, let's say a bulldozer or something, that's a death sentence for them. The machines can't take it. We can't take it. Nothing that we know of can survive this. Is that right?
That's basically what it boils down to. We do not have the technology currently existing to even go in and explore for any significant period of time, much less try to remediate it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you have any thoughts on what we should do at this point to protect ourselves from the radiation that is all over the planet? I know that Dr. Shealy talks about iodoral and using, iodine supplements. And I even asked him about something that I bought for our animals here at the farm. And you can get this from a veterinary supply house or even maybe your veterinarian. And it's called triiodine. And Dr. Shealy said that you can take something like a Q-tip and put it on your skin in the area about 1 square inch or 1 inch in diameter, which is roughly the size of a standard postage stamp. So you could spread that on your skin, and if it's absorbed, within a week, then you need more. If it's not, you're okay. You have enough iodine. That's what I believe he was saying, and I'll ask him again tomorrow about that as a reminder. But that's just one inexpensive way of doing it. But John, do you have any other thoughts as to how we can protect ourselves?
Well, the good news about the iodine is that does help to protect your thyroid, and we are typically deficient in iodine anyway, and you need to cut out your fluoride so that it's not pushing out the iodine to make bad thyroid hormone with. I might also just add a good place to paint the iodine on yourself is the sole of your foot, and that way, it's out of sight, and it's probably not going to mess up any clothes or anything. Either wearing socks or your shoes going to probably have a dark layer where your foot goes into it, or something that's going to be hidden anyway that you don't even care if it ends up with a little bit of iodine on it.
When we come back, I'll tell you where I found some triiodine 7. And it's available in 16-ounce bottles. The price is about $12. I'll tell you a little bit about that when we come back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Are you still looking for that one iodine that you can really trust? A medical doctor-endorsed product that is backed by honest research and true integrative science? Then search no further. Go to NutriMedical.com for Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutriodine, proven time and time again to be the very best iodine available for you. Nutriodine is the only Tesla-activated monatomic plasma iodine in the world. It optimizes mitochondrial function and generation of new mitochondria, from totally neutralizing the venom from a desert recluse spider bite in Southern California to eliminating malaria parasites reported by medical missionaries in Central India. Dr. Bill's Nutriodine is simply the most powerful healing formula there is. Nutriodine clears the body of all known pathogens, restores it to an alkaline state, and even promotes stem cell regeneration. Order Dr. Bill's Nutriodine today at 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com.
If survivalist housing has been in your plans, get ready. We're bringing our Timberline range camps to you February 6th through 14th at the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Get an up-close look at some of our most popular Timberline models or visit survivalistcamps.com to pre-order a camp. We'll bring it to the show and save you the cost of shipping. It's the perfect time to get that camp you've wanted. Go to survivalistcamps.com, then plan on joining us at the Great American Outdoor Show in February in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendivite, a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now, and I still work every day. To get your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com. Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Class, I just posted triiodine 7 where you can get it now. I have no financial interests. I don't even know this company, but I found a source for $10.95. It's called QC Supply. Put a link on the website just so you can see what this product is, and you can find it locally if you'd like. But it's $10.95 for a bottle of 16 ounces. That is what I have. I bought it from a veterinary supply for our animals. And it's a triple source iodine tincture for use as an antiseptic and disinfectant. and it's safe for newborn animals, superficial wounds, cuts, abrasions, and insect bites. 16 ounces, $10.95. Jim in Arkansas, welcome.
Good morning, Vince. I've been listening to your show here a little bit. I've been sort of busy this morning, but of course, I talked to you last night about what I had found out about your not being able to figure out why your belts and your hoses were breaking, and I think I struck on a source for that, which we discussed a little bit. And did you want me to talk about that, or?
Yes, please do. You're on with Captain John Regan, and you probably know John Regan from the meetups. And so, Jim, you've been to the meetups, and I really thank you for the call. And what you've done is you've helped us connect some dots. So please share with us the Wigner effect. And let me spell that for the class, Wigner. And I'll post a link right now as Jim is discussing this on the air.
Okay, well, basically, when I was at the meetings, Mr. Finelli was always bringing up how he saw all over the road. And, of course, I did, too, because I was traveling back and forth a lot to Georgia, observing the same things, pieces of rubber off tires, fan belts laying there in the road. And this goes on for miles at a time. So when he mentioned that he was having problems at the farm, I started digging on the internet and found this man by the name of Wigner. It's actually like he just spelled with a W. But his name is Dr. Eugene Wigner. And originally back in the 40s and 50s, he set up the standards for nuclear power plants and their longevity. And so what he had come up with was when the radiation gets on certain surfaces, whether it's concrete or steel or aluminum or rubber, the Wigner effect takes place, and it actually goes into the molecules of whatever it's sitting on. And, of course, last night, Vince and I were talking about airplanes. And the planes, unfortunately, whenever you take a plane ride, you're being exposed to very, very high levels of radiation because it's up there floating around. In fact, something that I didn't mention last night, Vince, was that I had done some research also that I found out when we saw years ago when we were kids, we saw these bomb blasts, nuclear blasts out in Las Vegas or Vegas area in the desert. And we saw these big mushrooms, and then we saw in the background all these thousands of troops standing there watching this. Well, this was just another test being done of the guinea pig to see what their reactions were. And unfortunately, I found out that the particles, the cesium, strontium, all these different terrible things, are still in the troposphere floating around. In fact, 85% of those are still floating up there. And, of course, this is where all the storms originate out of the troposphere and then drop these particles down, sort of like a salt shaker. And as you travel in an airplane, you get exposed to these. I could sort of give you a picture of like a bag of poisons floating around. Well, some of these bags contain some of the real bad stuff, actually hot particles, which you don't want to breathe. And then there's other bags where it's not so harmful. And this is what I found traveling across the United States. With my Geiger counter, I have a what I feel is one of the best. It's a Maser. And it registers highs and lows and that kind of thing. And, during rainstorms, I was in Billings, Montana here a few months back, and I was registering 72 millirem consistently in that area. And I hear the music.
Jim, you do. And can you please hold through the bottom of the hour break? And Captain John Regan, Jim in Arkansas, and I will be right back. This is USA Prepares, and this is Fukushima 105.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today. If you or someone you care about loves outdoor adventure, then check out slingbow.com for some unique holiday gift ideas. That's slingbow.com, where we have some innovative new products for the archer, hunter, or bow fishing enthusiast in your family. Now through January, use the promo code HOLIDAY to get free shipping in the US or Canada. And from all of us at Slingbow Industries, have a safe, joyous, and peaceful holiday season.
Does being over 40 make you feel like half the man you used to be? Do you feel more tired, out of shape, not in the mood like you used to be? Thanks to an exclusive formula, you can help boost testosterone levels safely and naturally. Introducing Ageless Male, a life-changing supplement for men tested to help increase testosterone levels.
You'll notice a boost in your energy levels. Workouts work, sex life improves. It's like a light switch goes on.
Try Ageless Male risk-free if you would like to experience what taking Ageless Male can feel like. Support for healthy, normal testosterone levels, healthy energy, and increased performance, and more romance when you want it.
Call 1-800-327-4821. That's 1-800-327-4821. 800-327-4821. 800-327-4821. That's 1-800-327-4821.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Class, we're talking about Fukushima. This is Fukushima 105 in the series. And I thought at first there would be, a 1 day special, then a 2 day special, and then we're up to five 1 hour broadcasts. And I don't think we're going to be done with 5 hours. And so this will continue, and we'll keep you posted as more and more Fukushima broadcasts unfold. Jim in Arkansas has joined John, Regan, and me. And Jim, you were talking about the Wigner effect, and also that you were traveling with a Geiger counter. Please continue.
Yeah, and of course, wherever I go, I take readings when it's raining and when it's not. And of course, it is always heavier, higher ratings, more millirems when it's raining. There's no doubt about that. So it is coming down with the weather. Also, I want to stay on point here with this Wigner effect. What happens is the radiation actually goes into the particles or the cells, we'll call them, of the material. And you can picture these as little balls that are all hooked together or bumped together. And then what happens is the radiation kills like 10 of these balls. Well, pretty soon, after a period of time, you've got like a honeycomb effect inside the aluminum or plastic or whatever, and you really can't see it, like rust or something on the outside. There's no visual effect. But when you find out when it happens, you have what they call incidents in airplanes where the skin starts peeling off the aircraft, or a turbine in one of the GE engines explodes on takeoff. Just last week, there was a plane, I forget what it was, 757, came in for a landing and the nose gear collapsed. Well, it's probably from the hydraulic hoses, from the Wigner effect. And so all these incidents are happening, and if you start looking them up, they're not really what they call, major crashes or anything. They're incidents. Well, these incidents are by the thousands, and it's all happened since Fukushima. So we had the radiation in the air. It was floating around, but this Fukushima has really put the icing on the cake. And, of course, now what I'm worried about is this one in Russia, Leningrad here. Now they sent everybody home, and you can't pull up anything on. There's no information, so that makes me a little leery. We don't really need another incident. And of course, Vince, you're right up there with your 240 acres sitting right near that St. Louis dump. Which, if something happens up there, I don't know what we're going to do, but it's really a sad situation we're in. And I think the key is to keep our immune system high. Like you said, take the iodine, and the diatomaceous earth. There's several other products that are out, and just try to stay healthy. And of course, stay out of the rain. Your hair absorbs cesium and all that stuff just like a sponge. So I always warn the women, especially because they usually have a big head of hair that'll really absorb a lot. So, the days of walking in the rain is over. And the other thing I was going to mention, Vince, that I've looked up is HEPA filters. I don't know whether you've read anything about that. They're good for your house. They're very expensive. But again, the same kind of thing. If you're taking filters in and out of your unit, you may want to use some goggles and maybe a mask. And I know you work out a lot. I wanted to talk to you last night and forgot. I've been doing some research on some masks that are affordable, and you really should be, with the hours you spend outside, because you're going to be picking up hot particles. And of course, you don't need that. Nobody does. And the other thing I was thinking about that came to mind is here we see these bikers out flying around on their bikes with no helmet, nothing on, and they're breathing that air. They're just running through those plumes, and they haven't got a clue of how dangerous it is. And so, just the things that we take for granted, we have to really be aware anymore. And these particles that are coming down, unfortunately, like on your land up there, you've got all that beautiful cattle and everything, and they're just going around eating the grass and stuff like that. So, it's a shame, but we're all trying to eat organic and everything. And I guess what I'm trying to say is we're in a mess here where we really need to band together and try to figure this out. We need people like Dr. Miller, your other doctor there in Missouri, anyone we can get to get information to figure out how to best protect our families and preserve our life a little bit, because we're in deep doo-doo. So.
Jim, if you could see me when I go out on the tractor, I wear like a jumpsuit, something that a mechanic would wear in the 1960s. Zip up on each leg up to my knees so I can get my boots through the jumpsuit. I put that on. I've got a summer weight one and a winter weight one. I wear goggles, safety glasses. I wear a respirator. I wear a hat. When the neighbors see me, they must think I'm an absolute nut. When I'm going down the road on the tractor, I wear a respirator, goggles, jumpsuit. And it probably doesn't look normal to most of these farmers who are, just out there with their ball cap on and their overalls, their bib type overalls.
Well, you're just ahead of the curve. Unfortunately, what they don't know is they'll probably be coming to their funeral, So,
it's really, really sad, and it's hard not to be angry. It's hard not to be angry because the people whom we've entrusted to protect us from these things are generating these devices. They're building these devices. They're testing these devices on we the villagers, and it's an outrage without our permission. I'm not signing up for this. I'm not agreeing to this. I certainly don't want my cows to be infected and irradiated and chemically poisoned. I certainly don't want that, but there's no escape. There's no escape I can think of. Even in the studio, which is inside a stone house, which is really weather stripped. I mean, it doesn't, our house doesn't leak very much in terms of air. And the civil defense survey meter, the dosimeter that I have, is pegged off the scale. I'm going to reset it and see how fast it goes off the scale again. That's inside, windows closed. How does it happen? It's all around us, as you say.
It comes in on everything. Even if you have a pet that comes near in the house, and your shoes, the old Japanese custom of taking the shoes off. Boy, that's the best thing, because you're tracking that stuff right in the house.
Yeah, and another thing, we can complain about this, but let's have a solution. And here's something that I've done here at the house, and I'll share this with our broadcast classroom. When we were building this house, I decided that I picked up some surplus materials to build a central vacuum system. So for less than $100, I got most of the plumbing, the fittings, everything I needed to build a central vacuum system for our house. And I put it in, I roughed it in. And then, I found out that, central vacuum system can cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. And that's crazy. But what you can do is you can hook that thing up to a shop vac. And you can have that shop vac air the dust outside. Like let's say you have the pipes end up in your garage, and you open the garage door and you have a flexible vacuum hose and hook the shop vac up outside the garage door. Now you're venting all that dust that you pick up outside, because the last thing you want to do is redistribute that dust with a standard vacuum cleaner, right? And that's what they do.
Yep.
And then I found on Craigslist, there was a woman about 3 or 4 or 5 hours away that had just decided she put in the central vac and she didn't want it. And so she sold us the vacuum. It was like almost brand new. And so I hooked that up and I vented that outside. So now what we do is we have this central vac, and the whole thing probably ended up costing about $400, which is the price of maybe less than the cost of a vacuum that you might buy at Sears, one that you drag around with a short hose, right? So,
excellent move. Yep.
Well, and if you saw the amount of dust that goes out through the bag of a canister vacuum cleaner or an upright vacuum cleaner, it's unbelievable. It's a dust relocation system for the small pieces. And those are the ones we're concerned about, the radioactive ones and these other chemicals that are airborne. So I think that we might want to try that. One other thing that we can share is the furnace filters. What I do is I spray them with end dust, just a light coat of end dust, which causes an electrostatic charge on the standard furnace filters. I'm talking about the ones that have the fiberglass, fiberglass element, if you will. And with a light coating of end dust, it attracts dust like crazy. Then what I do is I find when I clean them, I put a respirator and goggles and all that stuff on the jumpsuit, and I very carefully take them outside so I don't drop any dust inside the house. I take them outside. First, I determine which way the wind's blowing, and I blow them out with compressed air, and I look like I'm ready for a moon landing. So in terms of what I'm wearing. And I make sure the animals are nowhere near us, and the wind is blowing away from the house, and it's going to blow away from where we are, and I just blow that out with a compressor. And then I lightly coat them with end dust again, and back in they go. And my logic is this. My logic is that we'll have the freedom from a lot of restriction of the HEPA filter. We'll have the electrostatic charge on the filter because of the end dust. And it seems to work really, really, really well. And that's what I've done here at our home. Yeah. Now, I don't know if it's the best way to go, or it's certainly one way to go. And I have not replaced a furnace filter in 10 years. The throwaway filters, I still have them, and they work great, and they collect dust. Did you have something else you wanted to share, Jim?
No, I think I'm pretty well set for today. I just wanted to touch base with what I had, and I sure enjoy your show. So keep up the good work, man.
Jim, thank you so much for being with us today. And we appreciate your advice and counsel. And how many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit guns80.com, guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Did you know that home break-ins increase more than 100% during the holidays? It takes just 10 seconds for an intruder to kick in your door, but police response to a home alarm system is more than 20 minutes, and intruders are in and out of your home in 5 minutes. Thieves know that you're not home and have presents inside just waiting to be taken. And if you are home, how safe will you feel with an intruder lurking inside with your family? That's why police across the country are recommending you use door armor. Proven to withstand the force of a battering ram, door armor keeps intruders out. It's easy to install and barely visible, and your door armor is guaranteed for life. Go to invasionstopper.com for a very special buy one, get one at half off deal. These savings are for a limited time and only available to GCN listeners. Protect your valuables and loved ones this holiday season. Go to invasionstopper.com now. That's invasionstopper.com.
Winter has just begun, and are you already tired of being cold? How would you like to never be cold again? This is Dale with Fortress Clothing, and I'm here to tell you, you will never be cold again with Fortress. If you're tired of freezing your butt off, elk hunting, sitting in a tree stand, deer hunting, winter camping, fishing, ice fishing, no longer fear the cold. If you snowmobile, ski, snowboard, get Fortress. Sledding with the kids, shoveling the walks, shopping, or if you or your spouse get cold feet at home, get Fortress. If you're stuck outside working in the cold or find yourself in an emergency situation, Get our winter bug out bag, and you will never be cold again. Fortress is the answer, so quit complaining and go to fortressclothing.com. It's a mid-layer garment that goes with anything you want to wear. Enter coupon code RADIO and get 20% off any item. Go now while we still have inventory. fortressclothing.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
We've had an amazing year here at Supernatural Silver. We've truly enjoyed the fantastic response from thousands of people as they've tried our extraordinary product, and we're thrilled at the life-changing results people have. Our company email is continually full of happy, satisfied customers who thank us for the help they've received from Supernatural Silver. This holiday season, as you think of gifts to give your loved ones, consider giving Supernatural Silver, a gift that can help provide good health and wellness, a gift that can change lives and make a real difference. In a world where we are constantly exposed to dangerous health threats, give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Give Supernatural Silver. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HOLIDAY2015 for 20% off. And this holiday season, we wish you and yours the blessings of peace and good health from all of us here at supernaturalsilver.com.
Are you looking to sell body armor? Want to make extra money selling body armor at your local gun shows? With low minimum buys and great returns, KD Armor is the answer. Make money in your spare time. It's American-made body armor with the quickest turnaround in the industry, which means you get your product when you need it at very competitive rates. And they'll ship it to you for free. If you own a business, give them a call today at 855-488-KD. That's 855-488-2284. Or go to kdarmor.com. Come and take it.
Captain John Regan's with us, and class, during the break, you didn't hear it. I asked John Regan about continuing this series. We're up to 105 right now on Fukushima, and where will it be going? And John, where will it be going?
Well, like I say, I've got a number of links on tritium. I have a number of links about the USS Regan and what happened to its sailors. I've got a number of links about how this radiation makes it to the southern hemisphere, in addition to the history as things went along with the lies we were told. So we have a ways to go.
Okay, so class, we're going to continue this. The next in the series on Fukushima will be Monday, next Monday, and that'll be 106. John, you mentioned that you're furious about it. You want to share what that means?
Well, the government made a decision not to tell us that this is happening. So whatever we could have done to possibly protect ourselves, they took that option away from us. And like I say, I've been in this for 2 weeks now, and I'm still furious. And it's not a position I like being in. I don't see any answers at this point. The best thing you can do is whatever you can do to give your body good nutrition and support. But so much of what we've learned about protecting ourselves from radiation is in the picture of having a nuclear event, whether it's what we thought of World War, where nukes are sent over, or like Chernobyl, which they were able to shut down and encase, so the event stopped. What we have here is an ongoing event, which makes this so much more difficult. With the iodine, the idea was to saturate your thyroid with iodine before the radioactive got here, so it wouldn't uptake it. Well, with the ongoing event, now you're having to compete with the radioactive, so you can't just saturate it with the iodine, but at least you can try and let your body pick, and kind of like a lottery. And if you have more of the good stuff in there versus the radioactive, you can just hope that it picks up the good stuff versus the radioactive. It's more difficult with these other radionuclides we've talked about. Cesium looks like calcium. Looks like potassium. Strontium looks like calcium. Tritium looks like water, so it can literally go anywhere. And if you try to take something to absorb it, then you're going to have a problem of getting your calcium and your potassium and your nutrition. If you take something to try to chelate it, again, you're going to be taking calcium and potassium out of your system. So that's why you want the medical assistance to make sure that you're putting enough good stuff back in to replace what was taken out while trying to get rid of the bad stuff. So it really is a difficult situation, and we'll continue to discuss it.
John, it's really difficult to have a smile on our face when we're talking about this. It really is. And class, tomorrow, Dr. Norman Shealy is scheduled to be with us. And I'll ask him about what we can do and what his thoughts are, because this is such an overwhelming threat to our lives and our animals' lives and our food supply and the air we breathe and the water we drink. It's just all around us. Captain John Regan, thank you so much for all your effort and the hard work on this subject. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is... By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.